What's up everyone, welcome back to season 46 and a really shit new tactic which I'll go into shortly. Just for the sake of the probably all two of you that hang on to my every word. May or may not have noticed I didn't do my final war of last season recorded because I had just a couple of fights which went fine, I didn't die, but the way that the alliance, or just the way everything imploded and we ended up playing for Masters but finished top of Plat 1 was really depressing, and I just wanted to leave it all behind. Anyway, new chapter, season 46. We're going in with Jabari, who's tactic again, hulkling for first time me bringing him in war before, and Nimrod for some cheese. Pre-season I looked to do a couple of recordings and making a video and just decided I couldn't be asked. It's really crap. We're used to being maybe a bit spoilt. First of all, we're going path 9 here, then path 7, and then on to Magneto on node 45. Been a bit quiet this war, didn't have too much input because I just had a baby. So I'm just keeping minimal today. Anyway, we come to Weapon X on the first node here, which is Incinerate Poison. We've seen me do this before on a bigger, chunkier node a couple of times last season. It's the same play. Power start 1, parry a bunch of times to get his armor up, which will translate to damage. Hit during poison phase. Tech power back boosts, even though they're not really necessary, especially on a path fight with lower health. They didn't actually help me at all. I didn't need them, so it was a waste. And it's just going to be a really easy fight. Don't mind hitting a couple of times during Incinerate phase. Yes, it will cause me some damage, but it's no big deal. He is as good as dead. There we go. Super easy. Spent more time talking about it and building up and just looking at the nodes. Coming on to Joe Fixit, I'm really pleased with this fight. This is the first tactic fight of the season for me. Basically, I have to intercept him to get a taunt on and then hope he throws a special during that time so that I can block it, as the taunt allows me to have a steadfast buff. Jabari is really awesome for it. I actually managed in this fight to get the most bleeds I've ever managed with her without using a heavy and special 2. So between him getting indestructible when I reach a bar, it's quite impressive just to see how much his health ticks down once I get to the hunt, which is now. So now we can place bleeds. He didn't throw his special while I had the taunt active, which is now expired, so I'm at the point now where if he throws the special one I will die, because you can't dex it, all those bleeds will just kill me. So with power focus 1 I need to push him to special 2 and hope I can dex it safely. So we're at special 2 now. He's got 21 bleeds on and his health is just absolutely going, which is really impressive. So yeah, managed to dex the special 2, I'm very pleased with that, and he's down. Nice and easy fight, but you've got to be careful. Moving to section 2, path 7, we've got Void here. Void has been a bastard during pre-season, he's a bastard during current season, so far from what I'm seeing and hearing. Again, you just need to be ready to dex his specials if you don't have steadfast ready, and if you fail the dex or just mistime it or whatever, you're dead. So again, we're going with, I'm not planning on using special 2s, so I don't need the skill power back boosts, but we're going with an invulnerability boost here. Probably should have used a combat regen or something, not really. You're damned if you do, you're damned if you don't against Void. I need to make sure I knock him down as well, so in between, before he gets to 1 bar to throw a special 1, or special 2 for that matter, I need to make sure I've knocked him down and got an intercept off. So yeah, managed to block the first special here, protection comes back on, I lose my invulnerability, which is nice. So we're just going to use my special. Now I can't intercept him because he'll just get me with his special during that time, so now we're just in trouble. I decided to push for special 2, which I'm usually more comfortable to dex, except in this instance where I miss it, and he's now ticking me down. Yeah, life just isn't going well here. I've got the intercept up again, but yeah, it's just poor. I know that the death is coming, and quite frankly, I didn't really care. I mean, I'm for the record, I am giving it my all this season. I go back in, I didn't heal up to 100% to be perfectly honest with you. I know that more deaths are coming this season across the Alliance, even the top tier guys are dying a lot, and again, whilst I'm prepared to give my all for this season, this is going to be a very, very expensive season, and it's just, as far as I'm concerned, not worth burning everything I've got. I've got full boosts on. I was not about to waste my invulnerability boost. I'm going to be using enough of them throughout the season as well. So we're just going to get this done. So we've got the hunt on, we've got the bleeds on, use the heavy to increase the bleeds up, and now just be very sure of dexing his specials, which I've managed here, and he's down easily enough on the second attempt. Could have done the first better, but it's going to happen. Zemo doesn't really need a specific counter here. I just need to make sure I don't stay too near him, because I don't want to start placing the fatigues, which he's going to cleanse and then punish me with by gaining lots of power. So I went with hulkling because he doesn't place debuffs. I had resonate on during season, and that cost me on one fight. I can't remember the details, but I made sure to take it off this time because I don't want to be placing weaknesses. Plan was just to get the 2 bars, get my unblockable up, and try and just get in with quick combos and then get back out, because again, I don't want to place the fatigues. The fight went well. It just, through my trying to stay away and then get back in, he did catch me a couple of times on the intercept, which was very unlucky, but it wasn't going to hurt me too much. It's also my only hulkling fight. So I've got my 2 bars, I'm just going to make sure he's blocking, get my unblockable, straight back to 2 bars with cosmic power back boosts, in we go again, and then we can finish him off because he's only up 1% with the special 3. And it's done. Slightly rusty / sloppy, but happy with that. Final fight of the war for me, we've got Nimrod versus Magneto, which Nimrod is Magneto's tactic defender, Nimrod isn't a tactic attacker. I went in with the same strat as against Weapon X, knowing it won't be as much of a nuke because Magneto has has high energy resistance. So I just needed to play patiently and use my special 2s when I can. As long as I don't get hit with heavies, he's not going to gain prowess anyway. And I figured that if one of his special 1s or 2s does catch me, it's not going to hurt that much. So I wasn't too worried, just as long as they're easy enough to dex as well. Again, get the parries on to build up my armors, need all the help I can get, and try not to hit him at least too much during shock phase. We didn't have the luxury of an Odin pre-fight here, otherwise I'd have just happily put health for lever as well. Gets a special 2 during bleed, and the first special actually does quite a bit of damage. Probably a little bit more than I expected, not as much as I'd have hoped. So just from there, knowing we're going to need a few more. He's also got Conflictor, so I needed to make sure I had Wax pre-fight here. Yes, I'm placing a couple of debuffs, but the shocks were the main issue, but because they're passive, they weren't too much of an issue. I also knew he wasn't going to gain enough power to push to special 3. As long as I keep throwing during blitz mode, it's all going to be safe. Just taking a bit of shock damage, a fair bit of block damage. The armor breaks aren't really an issue to me. And because I'm a robot, I'm not willpower healing for mags to reverse either. Yeah, not the smoothest fight, but it was quite safe, and I'm pretty pleased with how it went. Damage is lacking a little bit because of my armor buffs disappearing, which is fine, it's safe. Have lost quite a lot of health to be fair, but it's not going to be enough to lose us this fight. I also decided, because of the multiple specials I was going to need, I didn't want to use suicides because recoil probably would have killed me by now, and that's not the trade-off I wanted. And that's the end of my war. BG2 still has quite a bit of work to do, and therefore, as does the ally, we're going to hopefully hold on for a solid win here, and I'll see you at War 2.